Hi, we are from Group A.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Liona Surya Pratama.
My name is Oktavinda Nurita.
My name is Alfiana Syaharani.
My name is Anisa and Faizah.
Right now, we are facing a man-made disaster of global scale. Our greatest threat in thousands of years, climate change. If we don't take action, the collapse of our civilization and the extinction of much of the natural world is on the horizon. Our people have spoken. Their message is clear. Time is running out. Climate change refers to changes in temperature and weather pattern over the long term. This shift may be natural, but since the 1800s, human activity has been a major driver of climate change, especially with the burning of fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gas, producing gases that trap heat. The burning of fossil fuels produces greenhouse gas emissions that work like blanket web around the Earth, generating solar heat and raising temperature. Example of greenhouse gas emissions that include carbon dioxide and methane. This comes from the use of gasoline to drive a car, for example. Land and forest clearing can also release carbon dioxide. Landfills are a major source of methane emission. We don't know what will happen when the ozone layer goes, and the world has become so fragile.
The United Nations warned of the real dangers of climate change in the world. Research conducted by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change (IPCC) conveys the red lights of dangers ranging from extreme heat waves to drought to floods. The United Nations Antonio Guterres states there is no time for postponing and there is no room for excuses for delaying or avoiding taking concrete steps to deal with climate change. November 2012, IPCC research showed that the temperature of Earth's surface is 1.09 Celsius higher in the decade period 2011 to 2020 compared to 1850 to 1900. The temperature in the last 5 years is also called the highest since 1850. Sea level rise is almost 3 times higher than the period 1901 to 1971. The human factor is said to be 90% the cause of reduced glacier in 1990s and reduced sea ice in Antarctica. Global warming, including heat waves, has become more frequent and more intense since the 1950s. In recent times, climate-related disasters have continued to occur, including forest fires that have ravaged regions from Greece, Turkey to Italy, and California. Likewise, the Amazon forest since the beginning of the year has experienced more than 250 fires. Scientists say that since 1970, the temperature of the Earth's surface has risen at the fastest rate compared to the 50-year period in 2006. Climate change has also changed the super system on Earth. The temperature of sea air is getting warmer, while the mountains and glass continue to melt. The increase in the temperature of Earth's surface is expected to reach 1.5 Celsius annually by 2040. It could even happen as soon as around the middle of 2034 if emission levels are not reduced in the next few years.
Climate change is nothing new. The global climate has always been in flux. Millions of years ago, parts of the world that were once covered with ice have now turned into land due to fluctuation in solar radiation or volcanic eruptions. Current and future climate change can be caused not only by natural events but also by various human activities. The rapid progress of economic development has had a serious impact on the world climate, such as the use of fossil energy for energy sources, an increase in the number of motorized vehicles, and land clearing by clearing forests on a large scale. Climate change is influenced by several things. 1. Affected by the position of the sun detached from the earth. 2. Environmental conditions, whether the area is mountainous, hilly, forested, or sandy. 3. Near or far a place from a water source, such as a sea or lake. 4. Climate change is also affected by aerosols that are scattered in atmosphere. Solar radiation that enters the Earth in the form of short wave penetrates the Earth's atmosphere and turns into long wave when it reaches the Earth's surface. After reaching the surface of the Earth, some waves are reflected back into the atmosphere, but unfortunately not all long waves that are reflected back by the Earth can penetrate the atmosphere into outer space because they are blocked and absorbed by gases in the atmosphere, which are called greenhouse gases. This natural event is known as the greenhouse effect. Problem arises when human activities cause a significant increase in the concentration of greenhouse gases, thereby causing an accumulation of heat in the atmosphere, which affect the global climate change. This causes an increase in the effective temperature of the Earth, which is known as global warming. Global warming ultimately causes climate change, or to be precise, change in several climate variables, air temperature, and rainfall.
For healing related to climate change in the world, it is discussed through the Climate Change Convention Framework (UNCCC), which was produced through a negotiation process of the state parties that have ratified the UNCCC agreement, which is currently total 134 countries around the world. Policies made the international level are then translated and a work framework for the climate improvement decreed nationally. The climate change healing program in Indonesia itself includes three main pillars: the environmental pillar, the economic pillar, and the social pillar. What needs to be understood together is that the government efforts in dealing with global warming are not only a matter of reducing and preventing carbon emission, but also must consider the benefit of reducing emission.
Natural disasters that occur in Indonesia often cause material loss and even loss of life, so people need to be aware of environment. There are several steps that can be taken to mitigate climate change, including
1. Save water and electric use. 2. Do reduce, reuse, recycle. 3. Limiting the use of paper and organic fertilizer. 4. Reducing the use of aerosol gas. 5. Doing afforestation or reforestation. 6. Using energy efficient electronic equipment. 7. Use public transportation, walk or ride a bicycle. 8. Conversation or good based on it, not wants.